Welcome back to Doing It with Briggs. My name is Briggs. I am the creator and the voice of the YouTube channel, World According to Briggs. If you've never been there and your first time here, that's what I do. That's where I get my experience to tell you about how to be a YouTube creator. Now, I've also had other channels. I have a news one that I don't associate myself with. Well, at least nobody knows I'm on that channel. I also have done a channel called On This Day, which taught me so much, but it never really worked out. I think it got up to like 60,000 subscribers, something like that. It never really took off, but I gained a wealth of knowledge on that channel, learned some mistakes I made. But World According to Briggs is what pays my bills. Probably the second most asked question people ask me is, how much does YouTube pay you for a million views? The first, of course, is, Briggs, how do you stay so attractive? It's my skincare routine, I'd have to say. But the second question is, how much do I get paid for a million views? Well, it depends on the video, really. And there isn't just one figure that they give, like 2 cents per view or something like that for everyone. What you're talking about, who your audience is, how long's your video, all these things factor in to how much you get paid for 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, and on to a million and plus. All that plays a part of it. Now, on this video, we're going to be taking a look at 2 of my videos that have hit 1 million views. Both of them were uploaded within a 60-day period, so they were really close. They're relatively the same amount of time in length, and they were both put up 5 years ago. So these were definitely not viral hits that, got 1 million views and I uploaded them last month. No, these are just workhorse videos that I put up 5 years ago. They've always made money, some months a lot, some months a little. They're just always there for me, just adding money into my bank account. And that's the way I've set up my channel. It's really what I usually tell everyone. Don't focus on topical stuff because it doesn't pay you 6 months from now, a year from now. You might get a bunch of views in the start, but it's a one-hit wonder thing, if you get what I'm saying. We'll move on. So the 2 videos in question, 10 towns you could live on $1,500 a month in the Western United States. Currently, it has about 1.067 million views. The other one is Dream Vacations That Can Turn Into Deadly Nightmares, and that one has 1.043 million views. Both of them were uploaded. The first one was uploaded in October of 2020. The second one was uploaded November of 2020. So a lot of the things they have are very similar. Now, one is 10 minutes and 35 seconds. The other one is 13 minutes and 36 seconds. So there's a little bit of a difference there, but the one that got the least amount of money, you would have expected it to get more, which is the second one. I'll explain all that. So in the world of YouTube, AdSense pays you by what advertisers are willing to fork out to get on your channel. Now, since World According to Briggs focuses on real estate a lot and, personal finance, I guess you could say, because I talk about mortgages and stuff like that. I have an audience that is a little more older and they have money versus, let's say, some kid that has a Minecraft channel. He's probably going to get 10 times as many views as I do, but I'm still going to get paid more because his audience is like 14 and under. The only money they have, most likely, is their parents' money, and their parents just don't give it out freely most of the time. I do know there are some parents out there that are a little crazy with money in their kids, but they don't have the money, let's say, a 40-year-old man does, okay, or couple. So that plays into how much ads are charged to run on my channel. Now, I don't know what all that is. That's all on YouTube's end, but I do know that they have a number, and if someone wants to get on my channel, they have to meet that price. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're paying $20 for 1,000 views, and on the Roblox channels, they're paying $1 for 1,000 views. I don't know how it works out, but I just know that companies that are willing to pay are usually companies that are selling big ticket items like real estate, yachts, things like that. They'll be on my channel before they'll be on a Roblox channel. And the latest Pokemon thing is not going to run on my channel. It's like they know my audience isn't there for them. They know I got an older audience. They're going to do it. So these two videos, like I said, they are very similar in a lot of their facts. So about the same length, one's a little bit longer, about the same time, just two different subjects is the real thing. Now, let's take a look at the first one, which was dream vacations can turn into deadly nightmares, okay? Now, that one, as I said, made 1.043 million views. And the playback cost per 1,000 views, CPM as they call it, is $16.48. So for 1,000 views, someone's paying around $16.48. I'm getting about 60% of that, which when you add it all up, there's some other math that goes into it. But basically, my take-home pay for that video, what they gave me, was $7,737.53. Now, 5 years, that's paid out a couple $100 most months. In the beginning, I probably got a big jump, first month of like 2,000, and then over the last 5 years, I've got another 4,000. So that's good. I mean, if you're working someplace where you're making minimum wage, I just blew your mind that something I did 5 years ago has been paying me every single month. You know, are they paying me $1,000 each month? No, wouldn't be talking to you about it. I'd be keeping it the world's biggest secret. But when you have a whole bunch of videos like that, it's kind of nice. So that one got me $7,737.53. Like I said, now this one will still continue to get money. I looked the other day, and it's averaging right now about $10 a month, okay? If something happens, let's say there's some murder on some beach someplace at a resort town, people start looking for videos like this, and it'll probably jump up to maybe $50 in a month or something like that. But the days of it getting $1,000 a month or more, that's over. I mean, it's in the $10 to $5 range most of the time now. Now, the second one was towns you could live on $1,500 a month in the Western United States. Now, this was one of a series, right, that I did for each area of the United States. Did one for New England, the South, and I think I did Deep South, and then I did the Mid-Atlantic, and I did all these different, combinations of regions in the United States, and this is just one of them. All of them did pretty good. This one is actually the third best out of that series of like 9. But, so that was done 5 years ago. Again, 1.067 million views right now. Now, this was only 10 minutes long. Now, it's going to factor in here in a second, I'll tell you. But the playback cost per 1,000 CPM was $25.47. Okay? That's a good chunk of change. When you do all the math, million views made $13,272.06. Okay? So that's really good money for a video. Are all my videos like that? Not even close. I have videos that are 5 years old that have made $800. And I have more of those than I have of something like this. So not every video is just some big cash register thing. And again, if you're making minimum wage someplace and you're barely getting by, I'm sure what I just told you blew your mind. And I'm sure you'd be happy with a whole bunch of videos that get you $800. I mean, it really takes us, 2 people about 4 hours each to put up a video. So that's 8 hours of work time, and we make $800. So basically, the average video, it comes to about $1 or $100 an hour for 2 of us, okay? So, but when you have a whole bunch of them and they keep paying you, it kind of works out. So that's where I make my money on. As months go on, I keep getting paid. Now, there's a problem with this. Since there's been a flood of AI videos, not just in my genre, which there's plenty of people stealing my ideas, just the amount of videos being flooded onto YouTube has, in a way, really affected my greenfield videos. My older videos aren't getting the views like they used to. Before you bring it down to a smaller scale, let's say my video was 1 of 1,000, and they're just picking them up, one at a time. What are the chances? Mine, 1 in 1,000. Well, right now, my video is 1 in 3,000. So the chances of my old video getting pulled out, if you're sticking your hand in like a jar of marbles and you're looking for a black one, the odds of you seeing my videos, my older ones especially, are slimmer now than they ever were. The other people are seeing this across the board. I mean, it's happening to everyone. Now, what helps is sometimes, let's say I did some videos on North Carolina. Something major happens in North Carolina, like they had that hurricane a couple of years ago that hit Asheville. That all my North Carolina videos just they jumped up. They didn't take off and start making thousands of dollars a month. But instead of paying me $5 to $10 a month for a video I did 5 years ago, I was probably making $60 a month off it. So, little factors come in there. So why are those two videos so different? Well, the first one, dream vacations can turn into deadly nightmares. It's really not about anything that an advertiser would be excited about. It's going to get some views, nothing special, but they're not going to pay top dollar to get on that one. Now, I'm talking about moving someplace. Real estate companies, and any other company that's looking for an older audience knows more people are going to be looking for that second one than dream vacations, or more of the people they're looking for are going to be looking at the other one, which is, where you could live on $1,500 a month. Okay. So that's where we get into the different ads are running on my thing. Now, first thing, obviously, is the age of your audience. Okay. That plays a big part. Length of video, that really didn't play in this time. But if you've got a 10-minute video about real estate and a 30-minute video about real estate, you're going to get a lot more money for the 30-minute real estate. Why is that? Well, YouTube could not just run the video at the beginning and maybe one in the middle. They might be able to run 2 or 3 in the middle, right? And one at the beginning. If it's a 30-minute video, you got to expect the ads. I mean, most people do. They're realistic. They know that this is a free service, YouTube. You can get rid of the ads if you want to pay. But if you want to watch YouTube, a free service, they are a company. They're not a birthright. They're not a government agency. They're a company here to make profits. Most people understand that and accept the ads. Nobody likes ads, but it's part of the game. I mean, you're paying in your time, not your actual cash. So that's kind of nice. Some people would rather do that. So longer videos are going to make more money than shorter videos. So if you got 2 videos, the same subject, that's just the reality of the situation. Again, what are you talking about? It's going to draw a different audience. Some audiences are more expensive than other audiences, though they pay better. The other one that can play a part of this, what words did you use in your video? Were you using a lot of profanity? Now, YouTube's backed off on this a little bit. Any video that I maybe used some kind of profanity or said something about people being... They didn't get as many views. They didn't get paid as much back in the day because I used some kind of language and I was talking about something like that, and so I didn't get any money. Well, I got money, but it was a limited audience because some companies will come in to YouTube when they're run ads. They say, we don't want to be in front of anyone that's smoking or talking about missing kids or murder or gun violence or something like that. They'll just say they don't want to be associated with it. So now, if that's what you're talking about, you're going to miss out on some potential ads. So anytime I've talked about some kind of spicy subject, like the deadly one, I'm not going to get the kind of money I would normally for a video. So you got to watch what you say, who you talking to, what's your audience you're trying to talk to, and that's going to determine how much money you make. And in this case, it was $7,700 versus $13,200. That's how much YouTube pays me. Now, I have other videos where I looked at where I got 1 million views and it was around 9,000. I saw one where I only made 4,000. That video was like 6 months or 6 years old. I just looked at one that I made late last year that hit 1 million, and that one's already hit $8,000, and it was about relocating to Europe. So if you're talking about the United States, you're going to make more money than if you're talking about moving to Europe or something like that. That's how it is. Ads in the United States pay more than other countries. If you're talking about Mexico and moving to Mexico, you're not going to make as much money as if you're telling someone how they should move to New Hampshire. Telling someone to move to Europe They don't pay as much over in Europe, and once you throw the word Europe on there, they don't know what your whole subject is, but the word Europe's there, and they know this isn't just about the United States, so my audience might be broader. I might get more views, but I'm not going to get as good of money as if I was talking about real estate in Colorado or something like that. That's just how it goes. Now, there's a whole bunch of other things that play into this, but that's for another video. This one was just telling you how much you can make for 1 million views if you had World According to Briggs. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll leave a link for those 2 videos in case you want to check them out and see some other differences you might like or you might find interesting. Everybody have a great day. See you in the next video.